Hi, I'm often asked by my students if there are any online jazz piano courses that I can recommend to them. I've done a lot of research and I've found two that I really like. I've already done a video about the first one, which was the Richard Michael Jazz School, and that's the one that I would recommend to pianists who are fairly new to playing jazz and improvising. This one is the Open Studio, and this is one I would recommend to people who are at least at an intermediate level or advanced level, and even to professional jazz pianists. It's a really good website. There are various courses on it, not just for jazz piano, although that's what I'm going to be looking at in this video. And if I just scroll down, you can see pictures. These are the people teaching on this website. And you can see that they are literally world-class, iconic jazz musicians. So let's look at the jazz piano courses now. So I'll click on products. Now, this is what becomes available to you once you subscribe to the jazz piano courses. So let's just run through. There is so much here that it would take all day to go through everything. So I'm just going to have to briefly explain what's available. It's always a good idea the first time you look on here to start with the quick start course guide, and that just kind of takes you through, guiding you through all the different courses that are available in a kind of logical step-by-step way. The jazz piano method with Peter Martin. Now, this is the main part of it, and I'm going to come back to this and show you some of the lessons in that when I've just talked briefly about all the other things that are available. Peter Martin makes a new lesson every Friday. They're quite lengthy lessons where he explores in depth the jazz standard. He demonstrates how to play it as a solo jazz piano piece. He demonstrates how to improvise the chords, the chord voicing, the structure of the piece, the scales that you can use, all kinds of different things. So I'll come back to that. Piano pathway, again, that's similar to the quick start thing. It gives you a sort of logical step-by-step at different levels where to start. Mentor sessions, every now and again they have a visiting teacher, and very brave students volunteer to play for them, and then they give them a masterclass and they get recorded and become available to all members. 5-minute ear training is a series of ear training exercises with Adam Madness, and Adam does very logical step-by-step courses that are easy to understand. He always explains a concept and then asks you to try it with him. Advanced jazz piano concept with Jeffrey Keyser. It's terrific. It's exceptionally advanced. You really, you need to know quite a bit already to benefit from that, but it really is exceptionally good. Some more Adam Madness courses here. Bebop chords for beginners, bebop enclosures for beginners, practice pack, block chords made easy. Now the blues pack, that one's a series of lessons with not just pianists, but other jazz musicians, other instrumentalists. And they talk you through the structure of the blues, the different chords used, the chord voicings, the rhythms used, the blues scales, all kinds of things. So that's well worth paying a visit to. Brazilian jazz piano is a series of lessons. All of these are courses in themselves, where it takes you to a very high level of playing different styles of Latin jazz piano, and then Brazilian rhythm section. So videos and analysis of a really world-class Brazilian rhythm section playing there. Another Adam course there, chords practice pack. Peter Martin here, elements of jazz piano. That's not really sort of beginners, but it's not a terribly advanced one. So that's perhaps a good one to look at if you've done some jazz piano, but not a great deal. Elements of jazz vocals. Another Jeffrey Keyser one, Elements of Solo Piano. This is a fairly recently added one when I made this video, Essential Jazz Piano Etude from Peter Martin. More harmony from Adam, improvisation for all that from Warren Wolf. Jazz chords for beginners. It just goes on and on and on. There's lead sheet breakdown, left-hand voicings. As I said, there's just so much. We just haven't got time in this video to cover everything. Language of the Masters, they look at recordings of some of the jazz masters and examine phrases and that. They have the notation for the phrases. Magic voicing system, mastering rhythm. That's a really interesting course. It's got lots of different teachers on it, and they all talk about different ways that they developed a really good sense of keeping time. I really like that. Now, I would strongly recommend listening to that. Pentatonics, all about playing pentatonic scale, the McCoy-Tyner type of things, you know, playing out of the chord progression and so on. Piano finger independence, that's kind of exercise and that. Rhythm section fundamental. Rhythm section workout. That one is worth just sitting back and listening to. It's superb. And then there's Stevie Wonder Pack, whole series of lessons on Stevie Wonder numbers. Bird Pack, again, Charlie Parker numbers. Male scale course, the Monk Pack, Thoughts and Experiments, Solo Piano, Triad pairs, taking pairs of triads, using those in your improvising. And then voicings, all different chord voicings. So let's come back and look at the main one then, Jazz Piano Method with Peter Martin, and we'll click on that. So on the left-hand side here, you can see a series of lessons, starting with the most recent one. And if you just scroll down, it goes on and on and on. I think he's done something like over 500 lessons altogether now. And all the more recent ones, certainly the ones in the last 2 or 3 years, I think, use a notation program called Soundslide, which is really helpful. Peter explains things, he demonstrates. As he plays, you see him playing the piano. You also see an overhead view of the keyboard, and you see the notation displayed on Soundslide. Now, with the Soundslide, you can download the notation. You can loop sections of it. If it was a little bit, you wanted to really study in depth what he was doing, you can loop, you know, just one bar at a time, if you like. You can alter the speed. You can even transpose it into other keys. It's a really useful learning tool there. There's a lesson search. So if there's a jazz standard that you particularly want to study, just click in there and it'll almost certainly be there somewhere. Or you can just put general things like you can put bebop or pentatonics, you know, the things to do with general style, or you can put a composer or a particular jazz pianist, and it will come up with something. All the lessons have lead sheets available underneath, and a lot of the time there will be links to videos of iconic jazz musicians playing these pieces. You could just spend forever, to be honest, going through these. They're really in-depth lessons, and Peter's enthusiasm is absolutely infectious. So I hope you found this review useful. I really would urge you to try this website out. They also do have a YouTube channel, and I will put a link to the YouTube channel below. So there are a lot of lessons on that. You can get a flavor of this website from that. Okay, I hope you found this review helpful. If you did and you haven't already done so, please subscribe.